Good afternoon everyone. In this lecture, I will show how to prepare a model on lathe using different operation from the given cylindrical workpiece. So this is the given diagram. This is the given workpiece. First you need to check the length of the workpiece and die of the workpiece. So here the length of the workpiece is 142 mm and the die of the workpiece is 20 mm. So in this diagram you can observe the required diameter is 19 mm and the required overall length of the workpiece should be 140 mm. So you need to remove 2 mm in length and 1 mm in diameter. So for that you have to do facing operation in order to reduce the length of the workpiece and cylindrical turning in order to reduce the diameter of the workpiece. So tools required to complete this model. So this is a single point cutting tool. So this tool is used to do facing operation, cylindrical turning, so diamond shape operation and taper turning. We can do all these operation in this single point cutting tool. So this is a counter bit in order to produce a countersink hole. So this is a parting tool for doing step turning operation. So this is diamond point knurling tool. So this is a multi-point cutting tool. So this is single point thread cutting tool. The tool angle will be 60 degree. So this is square thread cutting tool. It is also single point cutting tool. In center, this is chuck key and this is tool post key and this is vernier caliper in order to measure the length of the workpiece and diameter of the workpiece. So this is packing plates and these are all the spanners. So these are the tools required to complete the model. First we have to fix the given workpiece in a 3-jaw chuck. So then we have to fix the revolving center in a tailstock. So after fixing the revolving center, so we need to place the single point cutting tool in a tool post by using a supporting plate. So and this cutting tool tip should be exactly the same on the tailstock axis. So first you have to switch on the machine. So by pushing this knob into counterclockwise direction and make sure that the spindle has to be rotated in a counterclockwise direction. So now we are doing the facing operation in order to reduce the length of the.
Start ಮಾಡಿ.
So now we are doing the facing operation in order to reduce the length of the workpiece. So now we have completed the facing operation. So this facing operation has to be made on both the sides because if there are any burrs in the workpiece, it will be removed. So after completing the facing operation and the workpiece will reduce the length to 140 mm. So we are doing the countersink hole by fixing the countersink bit. So after facing operation is completed, the next operation what we are doing is cylindrical turning. So why cylindrical turning has to be done here is in order to reduce the workpiece diameter to 19 mm because the given workpiece diameter is of 20 mm. So now we have completed the cylindrical turning and reduced the diameter from 20 mm to 19 mm. After the cylindrical turning is completed, the next step is to mark on the given workpiece. So we have to mark either from left end or from the right end. So now we have just marked 30 mm from right hand side, right end. So next from that we are marking 15 mm. Now the marking is completed. We have started from the right hand. We have marked 30 mm, next 50 mm, 10, next 15 mm, 30 mm, 10 mm and 30 mm. So now we are doing step turning for a length of 15 mm. And we have to reduce the diameter from 19 mm to 16 mm. So now we have fixed the parting tool. So in order to make the 90 degree. Now we have completed with the step turning. So after step turning is completed, so next we are doing the V shape for a length of 10 mm. We are making the V joint with the help of single point cutting tool. So now we have completed with the V shape. Now I am doing a knurling operation for a length of 30 mm by fixing the diamond point cutting tool, knurling tool in a tool post and fixing the cylindrical workpiece in a chuck. So now you can see the knurling operation is completed for a length of 30 mm. So next operation I am doing is thread cutting for a length of 30 mm. So here in this diagram he has given 1.5 mm pitch double start thread. So for that we need to calculate the gear ratio. So now I have to do thread cutting operation for a length of 30 mm. So in the diagram he has given 1.5 mm pitch double start thread. So he has given pitch in terms of millimeter. So we have to select the metric thread. If he has given the pitch in terms of threads per inch, then we have to select British Standard Whitworth BSW thread system. For metric thread using compound gear train, in order to find out the gear ratio, we have a standard formula 5PN divided by 127. So in this P is pitch they have given in the diagram, and N stands for number of threads on the lead screw per inch. So we need to measure the number of threads per inch. Here in this lead screw we have 8 number of threads per inch. So now we are substituting 5 into P, pitch he has given 1.5, into number of threads on lead screw per inch. It is 8 divided by 127. So to get 100 by 127, we need to multiply and divide by 20. So 5 into 20, 100 divided by 127 into 1.5 into 8, 12 divided by 20. And so we have so 20 by 20, these smaller gears are not available in the shop. So we are multiply and divided by 2. So now we obtained 100 by 127 into 12 to the 24 divided by 40. So this gear ratio is for single start. In this diagram he has mentioned double start. So for that again we need to multiply it by 2 for this gear ratio. If it is triple start, we need to multiply it by 3. So now we can multiply 100 by 127 into 24 into 2, 48 divided by 40. So this is the gear ratio. So 48 is the number of teeths on driver gear, and this is 40 number of teeths on driven gear.
Okay.
So according to the gear ratio what we have obtained, so this is number of teeths on driver gear, and this is number of teeths on driven gear. So for this compound gear train, so this is 100 number of teeths, this is 100 and this is 127. So now we have to fix here, this is the driven gear. So this is of 40 mm teeth, 40 mm 40 teeths, and this is 48 teeths. So now we are changing this gear. So now we have changed the gears according to our calculation. So this is the driver gear. We have obtained in the calculation 48 teeths. So this is compound gear, 100 teeths, 127 teeths, and it is driven gear. It is of 40 teeths. We have a standard formula to find out the depth of cut. It is 0.64 times the pitch. The pitch he has given 1.5 mm. So 0.64 into 1.5, it is 0.96 mm, which is approximately 1 mm. 1 mm is the depth of cut. So now I am doing threading operation for a length of 30 mm. So for that we have to fix the thread cutting tool. The cutting the tool angle should be 60 degree. So we have to fix the threading tool in a tool post, and we have to fix the workpiece. According to our calculation, we have got the depth of cut is 1 mm. So we are giving 0.1 mm for every pass. So now I have completed the single start thread by giving a depth of cut of 1 mm. To start double start thread, so we need to make few changes in the gear train. So one of the teeth in the 48 teeth gear meshes with the compound gear of 127 teeth gear. So there we have to mark here. So this gear is of 48 teeth. So we need to mark exactly half, that is 24 teeth. So we need to count from here 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So this is 24th teeth. We need to mark here. So by rotating the spindle, we have shifted the previous mark to here. One single start thread is over. Now I am doing double start thread. So for that I am giving depth of cut of 1 mm. For every pass I am giving 0.1 mm depth of cut. So we have to pass 10 times to complete. So now double start thread is completed. So now I am doing taper turning operation for a length of 30 mm. So for taper turning, we have two methods. One is swiveling the compound rest method, and the second method is offsetting the tailstock method. So now here we are doing the second method, offsetting the tailstock method. So here we are doing tailstock offset method. we have a standard formula K is equal to L into D minus D divided by 2L. So where L is the overall length of the workpiece, it is 140 mm. So D is the major diameter, which is 19 mm, and small d is the minor diameter, which is 16 mm. So small L is the length of the taper. Length of the taper is 30 mm. So by substituting all these values, we will get the value of K is equal to 7 mm. Here you can observe the bottom portion of the tailstock is exactly coincide with the top portion of the tailstock. So now according to calculation, we have got K is equal to 7 mm. So now we have to shift the top portion of the tailstock by loosening this screw, and we have to shift or slide so that this zero coinciding will coincide with the 7th division. So now you can observe here, we have shifted the top portion of the tailstock. So now we are doing taper turning operation by tailstock offset method. So now you can observe one end of the diameter is getting reduced. So now you can observe this is the major diameter of the tapered portion, so which is of 19 mm, and this is the minor diameter, which is of 16 mm. So now I have completed taper turning operation, and according to sketch we have to do 3 mm pitch square thread on this tapered portion. So for this we have to fix square thread cutting tool on the tool post. For square threading operation on a tapered portion, you have to start from the minor diameter. For square thread cutting using compound gear train, so we have a standard formula in order to find the gear ratio, which is 5pn by 127. So here in this sketch he has given pitch as 3 mm, and n is the number of threads per inch on lead screw, which is 8 mm, and so to get 100 by 127 we need to multiply and divide by 20. So 5 into 20, 100 divided by 127, 8 3s are 24 divided by 20, and to obtain, so we are not available with this gear size, so we need to multiply and divide it by 2, so that 100 by 127 into 24 into 2, 48 divided by 40. So this is the gear ratio, 0.5 times the pitch. So here he has given 3 mm as pitch, so 0.5 into 3 is 1.5 mm. So this is the given workpiece. So now we have completed the model according to the given sketch. Thank you.